Hello and welcome. If you're new here, do me a huge favor and click that subscribe button down below for content like this and many more. For all your current subscribers, thank you for watching, for liking and sharing my videos. You guys are awesome. Now, what do I have next to me? This is the 2025 Hyundai Elantra N. This is not the regular boring Elantra. This is the performance version of it. This has a 2-liter turbocharged engine, making 276 horsepower and 289 pounds-feet of torque. It comes with a 6-speed manual transmission and optional 8-speed dual clutch automatic. I'm gonna talk about it, go over all the incredible features, the performance. Stay tuned, that's coming up next. But before I go, I wanna give a big thank you to Hyundai for allowing me to have this vehicle in my home test area for me to review for you guys. Stay tuned, that's coming up. Let's talk 2025 Hyundai Elantra N, the performance version of the mild-mannered Hyundai Elantra. This car is one of many examples, of, for those Hyundai naysayers, that Hyundai is not the same company they were 30 plus years ago. This is an excellent bargain for under 40 grand. My tester here, as tested, is $37,000 because of the transmission is about $1,500 more, the 8-speed dual wet clutch. Now, let's start the review up front. As you guys can see, this has a lot of functioning air vents down below, and you can see the intercooler right there, front and center, functional air dams, air ducts for the brakes. The headlights are the same as the regular standard Elantra, but this one is of course lower. The color is called Performance Blue, and it's a very shouty color. Up front, you have 14.5-inch rotors with performance brakes. And my tester is wrapped in 245/35 Michelin Pilot, Michelin 4S's. No, corrections. Michelin Pilot 4S's. My mistake. These are summer performance tires. This is how these cars come. The headlights are full LED, LED turn signals, LED low beam, high beam, and you do have this little, all N models have this little red accent line all around. And if you don't know what you're looking at, it looks like this. Let's say, for example, this thing was in a different color. People will not think this is a performance car anyway, in any way. And going to the back of the car, you have, of course, a little sport spoiler, Elantra blacked out. Here is the N logo. You know that it's an N, which personally I think Hyundai should have replaced this N with that N. So future version of the Elantra N Hyundai, just make the N right here so people could know. Of course, it has a backup camera. All the gauges are blacked out. There is that massive, 4-inch exhaust on each side. And this is how, for performance. And now that we're back here, let's just take a look at the trunk. This is a regular Hyundai Elantra trunk, but for the N model, they included that strut brace right there. So you have that chassis brake for performance. My Tesla has the Bose sound system, so that's what the subwoofer is. The seats, you can fold them down with these levers right here. All right, let's take a look at the engine bay. Let me pop the hood, show you guys what's powering this little beast before we go in the interior and in our quick drive. So underneath this hood, there is the 2-liter turbo 4-cylinder engine, making 276 horsepower and 289 pounds-feet of torque. 6-speed standard, like I said, 8-speed automatic in this one, dual wet clutch. And if you go into the N boost mode, it goes to 286 horsepower. All right, let's take a look at the interior, the tech, and then we go for a quick drive. Stay tuned for that. Okay, let's step inside the 2025 Hyundai Elantra N. And this is the Hyundai Elantra N key. Very simple. It does have the N badge in the back here. Simple. You have lock, unlock, remote start, panic, and then this opens the trunk. Nothing crazy and special. All right, let's get inside and let's take a look at the materials. Let's start at the door panels. Door panels are finished in suede Alcantara materials. Power up and down all 4 windows. Auto up and down only on the driver's side. There's a little tweeter. There's the speaker grill for the Bose sound system. A little bit of pockets. And let's talk about these seats, because these seats are where it's at. These are performance seats, as you guys can see, very heavily bolstered. And logo right there. They actually lights up. Sadly, it doesn't light up. It doesn't light up. You can't drive with it on at night, but it lights up when you unlock the doors. And you can, looks like you can put a racing harness, because it does have the holes right there, so you can install a racing harness. They're not power, they're manually operated. That's pretty much it. And there's a look at the floor mats. You got the N logo, sports pedals, because of course it's a sports car. And this car is very, very low compared to the regular Elantra. Right now I have it set to N mode, so the gauges, as you can see, it gives you in racing mode. You have the oil temperature, you have the engine temperature there, tachometer in the middle, because that's all you need to see, and then our miles per hour in the bottom. And this is the dedicated Hyundai. This is the dedicated N performance screen. So here it gives you things like the RPM, the gauges, what gear you're in when you're driving. I mean, you can customize this to the T. And then here you have 2 different N custom modes. So that's what this button is right here. And this is the dedicated N button. So when you press this guy, let's say if I press it, then it goes into N custom mode, and you can customize if you want the engine to be in normal, sport, sport plus, the steering to be normal, sport, sport plus. Same thing with the limited slip differential right here. And you can customize all this stuff to your liking. The exhaust, of course, you can make it sport, which will make the car quieter, but transmission to sport, sport plus for quicker shift. Suspension, I have it to normal because it is very, very rough in sport plus. Sport plus is hardcore because it does have adjustable suspension. This vehicle also has, that's a G meter there, a launch mode. So you can activate your launch mode and really take off for performance thing. There you can customize what RPM. You can set the launch mode. Shift light, you could turn on the shift light, so it turns it on and it gives you a little light when you tells you when to shift. N-Track Sense, which there's so much customizable in this here. This is actually something interesting. Automatic creep mode, and this is something that most electric cars do not have, but it's manufactured, so you can actually disable creep mode. Oh, excuse me, creep mode, so the car does not creep forward. But I have it turned on. This, you can enhance the fake sound, and it basically pipes in all fake audio, and you can tell it what kind of audio to set up. I honked there by mistake. So sporty, high performance, the rally car, TCR, and all those things. But I have it off. I want to hear the real deal. Going back to the home screen, this is the traditional Hyundai infotainment. This is actually the prior generation, which does not have wireless CarPlay. This has wired Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. I believe all Hyundai Elantras do not have the updated infotainment system just yet, but it's a very simple system, easy to use. You have map, navigation menu, phone, climate control. Just you can set the temperature in the screen, but you do have physical controls right here to set the climate control. Of course, being a modern vehicle, it does have backup camera with trajectory lines. This vehicle does have parking sensors front and rear. No 360 camera in the Elantra N. For that, you have to go to the limited version. And that's pretty much it in terms of the infotainment. Straightforward, nothing crazy. It does have also Hyundai Pay, which is Hyundai's paying system where you can include payment information, things of that nature. Now, let's go over the steering wheel. You do have, because this is the automatic version, case in point right there, you do have paddle shifters, so you can, of course, you can shift the transmission. On the left side of the steering wheel, you have controls for the media, volume up and down, mute, voice command, mode, track forward, backwards, pick up and hang up in your favorites button, so you can do set up favorites. And on the right hand side, you have controls for the media, for the cruise control, on and off, lane guiding assistance, lane keep assist, and steering assist. Something interesting I've noticed, this vehicle does not have the automatic braking, which I've noticed that it does not do that like traditional Hyundais. But this is a performance version, so I give it a little bit of a pass because it's not the regular Elantra. But the steering wheel is nicely very grippy steering wheel. I like the stitching here with the blue. You have the N logo right there. Very nice. Hyundai logo blacked out. And in front of me is, let me put it back to normal mode. So in normal mode, it's a traditional Hyundai Elantra, and you do have dual 10.5-inch displays. That's what these screens are. They're nothing crazy. You do have a little bit of ambient lighting right there, that little line. And that's pretty much it. This is a very simple affair. You're not buying this car for creature comforts or performance. Creature comfort. You're buying this for the performance version, for performance oriented. There you can activate the camera. Switching there to the middle. It does have a little sunroof, just like a traditional Elantra. And the seats, of course, are where it's at. You do have a very crazy grab handle here. And it does have a wireless charger right there. It does have a little wireless charger right there, so you can, of course, set your devices to charge. And that's pretty much it. Pretty much it up front. Let's go into the back seat, and then we go for a quick drive of the 2025 Hyundai Elantra N. Stay tuned for that. Let's step in the back seat of the Hyundai Elantra N. Let me lock that. And similar affairs in the front. You have more of that suede material up front. The seats are also suede back here. And let's step inside. And this car is very, very low. I am about 5'8", and not too bad. The seat is adjusted to how I drive. And here's what the back of the seat looks like. And you can see, you can clearly install your own racing harness and take this guy on the track. Pretty flat floors. You can, the hump is very little. No air vents back here. You do have 2 USB-C ports right here. And that's pretty much it back here. There's nothing crazy. No cup holders, interestingly enough, because this is the performance version. Your only cup holders you have are right there in the door. That's it. You don't get any frills and thrills. And there's a look at the infotainment screen. That's pretty much what it looks like. Let me hit that N button so you guys can see what this looks like in N mode. And there's a look at what it looks like in N mode. All right, let's take this Elantra N for my quick drive and final thoughts. Stay tuned for that. All right, let's drive the 2025 Hyundai Elantra N. So I have the car in N custom mode, and I will put it in manual mode so you can shift with the paddles or this. And I'm not sure if it's going to be picked up on the microphone will be pick up the audio, but I hope it does. This car is, in my opinion, I think the best bargain, performance bargain for under 40 grand. I mean, this car's a lot of fun, a lot. I mean, I'm driving here my back roads. I'm not gonna go too crazy because the roads here are not that great. They're doing some, thankfully, repaving all the roads, and we'll say that a little bit when I get into the highway. But this car is definitely for the performance enthusiasts, people who want something performance-y, and you're not looking for the traditional, you don't want the traditional car. Obviously, this is the one for you. If you care about, ooh, and that right there, I feel every single bump because it's a performance vehicle. If you care about smoothness and refinement, this is not it. This is not the car for you. But if you care about performance, this is a very, very hard car to beat for the money. Of course, this competes with the Civic Type R, which I believe is a little bit more expensive than this, or about the same. Oh, here we go. Good roads. Let me get into my traditional highway loop here that I do. Hopefully there are. Let me kick on it. Woo! And this 8-speed transmission does not disappoint. And then when you put it in full N mode, the suspension gets a little stiffer, and you might see me bouncing on camera, but oh boy, this car is fun. And then when you're done, you could just simply hit this drive mode and put it back to normal mode, and it becomes a regular, and I say regular in quotations, Elantra, which even though in normal mode you can still hear the exhaust, you can still hear that this is a performance driven little machine. And the steering is definitely quick. You could do things like this, and it's super stable chassis. Hyundai did an excellent job with this car, and it really truly is a performance little machine, because of course they hired the BMW old M boss, Albert Biermann, and he was the one in charge of handling all the performance for creating the N brand. Started with the Veloster N, and then this is the second N vehicle in the lineup in the gas world. Sadly, the Veloster N is dead, so that's gone. But that was kind of like a good guinea pig for the N performance brand. And now you have things like the Ioniq 5N and the Ioniq 6N just came out. So you have a whole performance brand because of this and the Veloster N. Oh my God, that engine notes. I don't know if you can hear that on camera, but the crackle and the pops, it's just amazing. It really is truly amazing. Hyundai did an excellent job with this car in creating a performance little machine with this Hyundai Elantra N. And the steering wheel also, before I forget, when you put it in N mode, the steering, the shifting, the throttle mapping, everything becomes razor sharp just for performance driven. And also, before I go, you can set the car to your own dedicated track on the screen. So if you track this car in a particular track, you can actually set it to that particular track. So the car, I'm guessing, knows it will adjust itself based on the track you're in, which is super cool. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. This has been look and review of the very, very fun Hyundai Elantra N. So this sticker is about $35,000. There's really no options besides color and the transmission. That is it. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you all on the next one. Take care and stay safe.